Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Tony here with Rebel Financial. Today, I am joined with Linda Kick from our Cupcakery.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I need to say slowly, in Dublin. So thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Linda and Tom started, you started, Tom joined you at some point, a bakery business, including your delicious cupcakes, which hopefully we'll be able to see those on screen later. So thank you for coming again. And so I got a few things we want to talk about, of course, as we always do. We want to know about the business side of things, aside from the delicious foods and such that you're making. So why don't we just get started and you tell me how, give me a little background on how you got started. I know you've got a bachelor's degree in hospitality from Cornell and a master's degree too, and you have some teaching experience.
Right, so. Absolutely. Well, the business started as actually, as most entrepreneurials do, it was solving a problem. And the problem was that we were having a banquet at our local high school for our daughters, one of our daughters' events, and we needed a cake. And nobody wanted to cut a cake for 150 people. And someone said, well, there's these things called cupcake cakes. Why don't we have one of those? And I said, whoa, I've been a closet baker my whole life. Got my Easy Bake Oven when I was 8. What is a cupcake cake? And it just really intrigued me. So the business actually started as a bakeware company. I designed a pan, it's actually a grid, to make a cupcake cake in. And I made the grid and had it manufactured and was selling it. But people were like, well, that grid is really cool, but would you just make me a cake? So we actually changed the name from Cottage Bakeware to Cottage Bakeware and Cakes. So I started making cakes, which I love to do, and the business just grew from there. With my teaching background, the first year I started the business, I invited some neighborhood kids over. Hey, you want to come decorate some cakes? And they did, and the parents said they love that. You need to do more of that. So that's how this business started.
Well, how much of the wear are you doing these days?
Almost none.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I did not know that part of it. So, okay.
Yeah. We did the wear for a while, and I just chose not to go down that route because it was going to be a really huge financial investment on one product that I had no idea what the interest would be. And so we decided that, that's the catalyst that started this business, and let's just go with where the major demand was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you have your location in Old Town Dublin.
We do.
Is everything done there?
It is. We manufacture there. We distribute from there. We have our classes there because we do classes and parties for children and adults. And then we also do off-site events as well. Okay.
Well, great. And we will put that information up on the screen later so you can look at that and know exactly where you're at. So one of the things, as I look at that, obviously, as you said, a lot of your business, most of it doesn't come from necessarily walk-in business.
Right.
And we're going to get into your website later to take somewhat, but some of the things I want to carve out now, for instance, weddings. And I know your daughter Laura joined you, and she's a wedding coordinator outside of the business, but is your wedding coordinator internally as well, right?
Right.
So how much of your business is weddings inside?
Sure. Well, weddings are about 35% of our business as far as gross sales. Last year we did about 150 weddings. And people often ask us, you do all cupcake weddings, right? Well, no, we don't do just cupcake weddings, but we do a lot of them. And hence our name, Our Cupcakery, was supposed to mean cup and cake, but people just think of us as cupcakes because in 2004, Martha Stewart put on her magazine for weddings cupcakes, and I had no idea that cupcakes were going to become popular. So part of the success of our business is being in the right place at the right time.
Right.
So we do a lot of cupcake display weddings, but we do a lot of regular wedding cakes as well.
Okay. You enjoy doing the weddings? Because that has to be a consolidated season for the most part. I know they're all year round, but
really. They are, yeah. The wedding business has transitioned from being, I got married a few years ago, from, it used to be June, July, and August. Well, now pretty much April through the end of October. So in the Midwest, September and October are actually the biggest wedding months of the year, which is, I had no idea, but that's kind of shifted. I assume just based on the weather. It's nice weather. It's pretty more reliable.
Right.
So people enjoy that, yeah.
We could do another show sometime on some of your experiences with the weddings. I'm sure you've got some good stories for that. So.
Yeah, we haven't had too many bridezillas. We're very fortunate.
Yeah, okay. All right, very good. I'm sure you help make them not again.
Yep,
too, so.
calm them down.
Right, well, good. So, I have an 8th grade daughter and 2 stepdaughters who are seniors in high school. So the baking and things like that, we do a lot of. So I'm also interested, you have classes and you even have camps. I think that's awesome, and parties, right, that the kids can throw. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. There's a saying, the meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose is to give it away. It's a Picasso saying. And to me, that really embodies what our mission is, and that is we want to provide products. Our goal is to make people happy and to put smiles on face. It has nothing to do with cake. It has to do with making people feel good at whatever event they're at. So in addition to providing product, we want people to learn. As you mentioned, I have a teaching background and I enjoy teaching, and that was a core part of the business when we first started. So we do summer baking camps for kids. This summer we did 6 weeks. We had a teen-only week. We have classes that are offered throughout the year. We do corporate team building. We've done corporate team building events for major corporations where they come in and part of their experience is, building or creating something as a team, and then we do a debrief to talk about, well, which teams worked most effectively together. So because of my other life background in teaching and higher education and team building and such, it's fun to bring that aspect in as well.
Oh, cool. You said something that interested me because when it comes to cooking, I like to try it, but I like all sorts of food, especially sugar, so I'm not very discriminate, and so sometimes what I think is good is not. But the way you described it, baking is kind of a science, right? I mean,
it is definitely scientific.
And the decorating is the creative part of it, which I'm totally lacking in. So it makes sense when you say that because, I'm measuring something, and as long as I'm not ad-libbing and I'm doing it right, I'm usually okay on that. So I'm usually pretty safe. So talk about, you've been doing this now since 2004. I think Tom joined you in 2009.
Right.
How is the business, talk about some of the things that you didn't expect or, growing a small business.
Right.
And you've gone from 2004 when social media was really light, if at all, really, to now, you can't live without it.
You can't. Whether you like it or not, you can't live without it. The first year when I started the business, I had some neighborhood kids come over and say, hey, you guys want to come over and decorate some cakes over Thanksgiving just for fun. I wanted to see if they liked it. And their moms all called me and said, oh, you've got to do this during Christmas break. The kids loved it. And I said, Christmas break is in 3 weeks. How am I going to let... They just said, create a little flyer on, online, and we'll email it out. 2004, they emailed it to their friends emailed it. I mean, to me, it was like, whoa, this is the power of social media. The parents would call and want all 6 seats around my kitchen table. And by the end of the week, I had over 50 kids who'd come through our kitchen table with 3 weeks' notice. And my father was a self-employed businessman for years, and he always said to me, follow the money. And basically follow what people are wanting. Right. You're solving a problem or you're meeting a need. And so that's why, that's an example of the social media from there. Our website, I think we get 5,000 to 6,000 looks at our website in a month. I don't know. I'd have to look at the analytics again. Facebook, love it or not, has been phenomenal for us. That's because people want to see it now. They want to see, I don't want to blog. I want to be focused on our customers as far as our walking in customers or customers we're helping. So that takes care of, in my opinion, our blogging. So Facebook, our classes. So we used an online platform, started using an online platform for registration for our classes a 1.5 years ago. Sure. Our enrollment is up 250%.
Because that was from how long ago?
From a 1.5 years ago.
Wow.
From you going from...
Just to make it easy to register.
Make it easy to register online, boom. Instead of calling, mailing, we don't take credit cards, over our email, but having an online platform, I've been shocked.
Right. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You talked about, blogging, for instance, and you don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But you said earlier, too, you go where the money is, you go what your clients want, but you also have to do what works and you want to do, too, right? I
Absolutely.
think that if you're just stretching too much into something that, and I don't mean to say it's uncomfortable for you, but it is sometimes things, if you really need it, you can outsource it if you're uncomfortable with it. There's plenty of people that can do that for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if your business is successful and you're happy doing what you're doing and it's working and growing, then I think you could just, you don't need a blog, right?
Right.
So that's a cool part of it. So we are going to get into the website here. And that, as the business has grown and transitioned, you're in one location
Mm-hmm.
that's successful. The one thing I noticed, and we were talking about, we won't say who, but I see bakeries popping up all the time, and I think it's because people think I can bake, therefore people are going to come to me. And as you have said, right, yours is not just about the storefront, it's about all these other things that you've had to do or wanted to do that have really grown the business. So it's an important part that business owners have to learn, what is going to make it work. And if it's not working, you got to try and figure out what's going to make it work.
And I think that is a real challenge as a business owner, is to try to figure out what to focus on and what not to focus on. You want to be able to be successful and do things that you enjoy doing, and in turn, hopefully that's generating a revenue, but also, how far is going out too far? You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, but yet, you can reach too far, and maybe that's not. That to me is challenging, because I have lots of different interests in how to, stay reined in and say, no, we're just not going to go there. And one example of that would be, we have customers who walk in our storefront, which is a very small operation, and want to pick up a cake that's already iced and ready to go. And it's been a hard decision.
With their name on there already, happy birthday, Joe.
Yeah, or just not even, just a cake, not even, and a ready-made cake. And we have made the conscious decision, no, we're not going to go down that path. We always have cupcakes. We could get something together for you that looks fairly decorative quickly. But do we want to invest the resources, be it food costs, labor, for a product that's going to sit there and maybe need to be, because it has a short shelf life, there for a day and then it's gone. You can't sell it.
Your time and your money are going into the
So,
garbage. So, okay. Well, let's take a look at the website, because you said this is important for people to come to. So,
absolutely.
As we see here, so it's cupcakery.com. And so here you can see, a little bit about where they're at. But if on the right, the quick links,
Okay.
I've got to be careful over here. So you can see all the categories, and it's really pretty easy to come through here and see, the camp that we talked about, the classes, the photo gallery, and contacting them and all. So, and what is it in the shop at the time.
Right.
You go to Facebook, and you should go there and like them. So all those things, for instance, I'll go to the teen baking camp, because with my teenagers, this is what interested me.
Yeah.
But you could see, all the different camps and how easy it is to come in here and do these things. So, but that just seems cool to me. We're always trying to find things for our kids to do during the summer.
And we do birthday parties, 2 or 3 birthday parties every weekend. That's very popular. A lot of the middle schools, when you're talking about an 8th grader, have eliminated the home ec part of the curriculum. And so this year, and obviously you can see this was from the summer, our new schedule will be live this afternoon for the fall. But we're also looking at expanding even more classes to offer experiences, say, for the middle school kids for after school, so they could come some series, some different things on a more regular basis.
Okay. No, that's great. So, and then when you go to the bottom here, a lot of different categories, of what they can find here and what they might have an interest in. So, No, I thought you have a lot of information, and it starts with one page and then just links to directly to wherever you've got to go. So
Right.
so that's
Right.
pretty cool. So do you actually do a lot of the work on the website yourself?
No.
Okay, all right.
I don't.
It's either all or nothing usually.
You know, it's I'm not going to say how old I am, but actually our daughter manages our website and our Facebook page
Right? So
because
she does it though.
she does
Okay.
that. That's her part of her responsibility, and she enjoys doing it. And her husband is wonderful, and he helps, and our son as well. He isn't in the area, but he helps. We're actually in the process of launching a new website that's even hopefully easier for people to find information. So that's one part that we're always looking at because it is by far our number one marketing tool that we use or that people use.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're not, that's where people are looking right away, especially as they're younger. So.
Right. Right.
Well, I think personally every town needs a great sweet bakery. So, and Old Dublin has one. So make your way there sometime or call ahead, order ahead.
Absolutely.
But take a look at the website to see what they have. So, so as we wrap up, I want to say thank you, Linda. It was great
Absolutely.
having you
Pleasure.
today. I know we're going to enjoy trying the sweets that you brought. But next week, we're going to meet with a group that I know really appreciates Linda's business, and that's the Ohio Dental Association. So we will be at that conference in downtown Columbus, and we will be broadcasting live from there. So in the meantime, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.